Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Todd coming at you with another episode of Living Your Best Life. And as always, just want to say thank you to everyone that's out there watching the show wherever you are in the universe right now. Bottom line, you probably already know what we do on the show, but just in case you don't know, I'm going to tell you. We invite professionals on to talk about what they do and how what they do contributes to a healthier society, a wealthier society, just a better society in general. That's what living your best life is all about. And we are out there connecting with entrepreneurs, business owners, people that are out there in the trenches each and every day, helping people do just that, live their best lives. Now, today, really interesting show, really interesting young lady that I have coming on. If you're ever in the Charlotte area of North Carolina, that's not too far away from me, but if you're ever in the Charlotte area, or think about going to the Charlotte area, and you are, looking to network with some people, get in contact with this young lady, and because she is a mover and shaker in the Charlotte area, but a young and budding entrepreneur in that area too. Dana Alfirevic. I struggle with the last name, but she's, like I said, a mover and shaker in the Charlotte area, a real true networker. Now, what she's talking about today is interesting because the world of business and the world of entrepreneurship can be a daunting task. It can be a challenging task. And it's a lot of like, who knows you and who do you know? And networking is a huge part of the business and of the entrepreneurial journey. And Dana is just a master at this stuff. She's got that welcoming personality, and she's going to share with us some really awesome tips and strategies in terms of networking, especially if you're a young person. Okay, I really want you to listen to her, especially, like I said, if you're a young person, that 35 and younger, because hey, we have to leave you something, and if we can leave the spirit of entrepreneurship and behind, then awesome. But she's going to come onto the show and talk about what she does and how she is helping people live their best lives through business ownership, networking, and things like that. So we'll talk about that on the other side of the commercial. And on the other side of the commercial, well, after the commercial is about getting well beyond 50. Get well beyond 50, and we have the challenges coming up. So I want you guys to take advantage of it. We have a series of webinars that are going to be popping off. So I want you guys to get some more detail on how to get well beyond 50 and stay well beyond 50, and also about the challenge. So make sure that you tap on the link down there below and find out what it's about. But if you haven't already, please like the channel and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. All right. So you guys take care, and I'll see you on the other side of the commercial with Dana Alfirevic. All right. You guys take care. Good. Peace. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Listen, like I said in the commercial, I want you all to take advantage of the individuals that are well beyond 50, or at least trying to get well beyond 50. Of course, I'm in my 50s now. So what we're doing is we're helping people get well beyond 50. So download that 50 foods we should stop eating if you're above or after the age of 50. Make sure you do that. So like I said in the introduction, today we're taking a different turn from our health and wellness approach, but we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's entrepreneurship. And I think that being a business owner is a daunting task. You have to do so many things, wear so many hats. And it's important to, if you're not, you probably can't master them all, but at least, do your very best at, learning about how to navigate through that whole entrepreneurial journey and what it takes. My guest today is coming out of the Charlotte area of North Carolina. So she's not too far from me out of Greensboro here. An awesome young lady that's really doing her thing down in the Charlotte area, just helping entrepreneurs be better entrepreneurs. And I am so looking forward to you all meeting her, especially if you're thinking about journeying into that entrepreneur space, or if you're already an entrepreneur already, you want to make sure that you get in contact with her, because she's helping us be the best we can be when it comes to our entrepreneurial journey. So listen, I'm going to attempt to announce her last name, okay? But if I mess it up, she's going to take over. But I want to welcome Dana Alfirevic. You go ahead and go from there.
Alfirevic.
All righty, then we'll go with that. Thank you so much, Dana, for coming through this afternoon. So,
I
how you doing?
appreciate the attempt.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. How you doing today? You all right?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good today. It's Friday, right? It's Thursday today. I'm
Yeah.
already a day ahead. I'm looking forward because I'm going to be in Charlotte tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to a
Oh,
meeting. Yeah, I'm going
oh,
to be looking forward to a meeting, so I'm already a day ahead, trying to get there. So.
weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So, Dana, you are a thriving businesswoman in the Charlotte area. You're young. You're really doing your thing down there, as I've seen on the internet, and in certain, social media platforms. I applaud what you're doing in terms of helping people, and especially entrepreneurs, get the best out of their entrepreneurial journeys. So tell us a little bit about who Dana is and why she's taken on this task of helping these entrepreneurs out here.
Sure. And first of all, thank you so much, Todd, for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. And I also want to introduce my the CFO of my company, Mama Alfirevic. She is my kitty and my best friend. So I'm gonna have her come on the show too. Mama.
Cats, I always call
There she
cat.
is. Yes. Come
She,
on,
she came. All right, good deal, good deal. Let's see who she is.
girl. Come on, girl. Mama, don't this way.
Treats always get them.
Um, well, she's gonna have to come over here. But
Yeah.
anyways, so to answer your question, Todd, so I am the founder and CEO of Charlotte Networking Knowledge. We're a networking organization here in Charlotte, and girl, hey, this girl, I might be a little distracted, but I started this organization in September of last year, and I moved to Charlotte in April of 2024. So I'm still relatively new to the networking scene here. And I created this group because I couldn't find a networking group that was what I was really looking for. So when I moved here, I didn't know anyone. I didn't have any friends. I had, an aunt and uncle who live in the suburbs, but that's anyone and everyone I knew here. And I didn't have any, professional network, and I didn't even have a job when I moved here. So I was really lonely and depressed when I moved here. And I just was like, well, I got to get out of my house and start going to networking events. And I really, oh, Mama, you want to say hi? Hey, girl. But by going to networking events, I actually felt a lot better about myself. And then I became, more positive, had a more positive mind frame when I was interacting with, like-minded individuals. But I found that I needed more than just a 1 hour or 2 hour monthly meeting with people. And I wanted to, build those long-term, consistent professional relationships. And I was actually made a spreadsheet of all the different networking groups in Charlotte, and like saying like, oh, like this is X group meets this day of the month on X time. This group meets on Y time on this day. So it got kind of confusing to research everything, and I was spending a lot of time researching and thinking like, oh, which one do I want to go to? And I was like, well, might as well. Oh, hi, girl. Hey, I might as well just make my own. So that's what I
Mhm.
decided to do, and I'm really happy so far. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Ray.
I believe your second question was like why I created it or why I like.
Yeah. What caught your attention to actually, going down this road to begin with? Well, like you said, you were just you needed to connect with people and things like that. But you can connect with people just by going to, some social event. But you chose the entrepreneurial scene. So I'm assuming that there's a business, you know, thing attached to this, or you have some, curiosity about building business and things like that. So yeah, so talk to us a little bit about your entrepreneurial part too, because that's always cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I first moved to Charlotte, I was focusing on my e-commerce business, which is a pet product company. You can tell I love
Yeah,
and I really wanted to connect with other entrepreneurs because it's really it's a very challenging business to be in owning a business. It comes with a lot of ups and downs. No days ever the same, especially in the beginning. There's a lot of challenges and struggles, and I really wanted to connect with people who are actually other business owners because they understand those challenges. And I really wanted to find more support as well, where we can kind of be real with each other, saying, "Oh, I'm actually like really having a bad day. I'm thinking of giving up, or I'm losing a ton of money. I'm not making any money." Instead of just like, "Here's my business card. Call me if you need X service." I really wanted to create that support network. That's what I would. That's what is really important to me, and also I want to help others as well because I created it to help others find a support network and get build a community, but also I'm doing it for myself as well.
gotcha, gotcha. Now let me ask you a question about personality. Now, me myself, I'm am somewhat introvert. I was more in my younger years. Now I'm understanding and finding the need to be more extrovert as a business owner. Some, people, can they don't choose to expand in that area, but I actually chose to expand in my area in personality of becoming more extrovert. Now, even though I'm still introvert, I can be extrovert when I'm going out and meeting people, but I have to retreat at some points in times just to kind of like reset and just recover. So, what's your personality like?
So I'd say I'm pretty similar. Like back in the day, I was very introverted, especially in high school. I
Yeah.
remember a bunch of us girls just like hanging by the football field and like a big group of people talking. I was like, I just felt like I couldn't fit in. I was like, what do I say? It was always hard for me to kind of make close friends fast. And I grew up in Southern California. I went to school in Chicago, and I didn't know anyone or have any friends or family in Chicago. And I had to, get a job there. So I started networking. And my personality type, especially when I was younger, it was a lot more introverted. And,
Mhm.
I have a lot of social anxiety. I still have social anxiety, but I was very, anxious as well to speak in front of others. But over time, I've just gotten more confident and less introverted. And I really do enjoy getting out of my house and talking to people because human connection is what everyone wants in life, no matter whether you're, introverted, extroverted, or an ambivert. It's human nature to want to feel, connected and be with others. And I think, yeah, and it was tough, like, especially for me, like, not wanting to, like, get out of the house to go to a networking event, like, after a tough day, being tired. But I mean, I just had to, push myself and actually put myself out there. And by doing that, I realized, okay, well, actually, kind of enjoy this. And then I really enjoy it now. But I do agree sometimes, like, I'm not super extroverted. I don't like, I need to focus like on, deep work. I need like concentration headphones. Mama, she can help me with concentration, but I can't like do co-working like all day, every day, but I do enjoy being with others as well.
Yeah, yeah. And as I got older, I'll be honest with you, I learned to actually appreciate people because I really uh love to hear their stories. Each and every one of us has a unique story on, on why we are and how we become, how we came to where we are, now. So I've always found that to be, fascinating. And so now accepted this new character expansion or personality expansion. I enjoy listening to people and meeting people like yourself. Now, you are probably, under the 40s crowd, right?
Yes.
Uh, Let me guess again. So under the 35 crowd.
Yes.
All right, let me go again. Under the 30s crowd.
Yes, I'm 29.
All right, 29. All right, cool. So, and I think that's really, really cool because when I was 29, like I said, I'll go back at that, to that, part of my life. Networking, I was in the music industry at that point in time. And networking was very important to a degree, as it relates to what we were doing in terms of music production. So networking was important, but I didn't want to. It was hard.
Mhm.
I did not want to be in a crowd. All I wanted to do was just, sit in and make music. That was it. I didn't want to meet people. I didn't want to talk to people or anything like that. But it's important. So, how important, if you can answer, is networking to an entrepreneur or business owner?
I'd say it's crucial to become successful for multiple reasons. The first one, which I talked about, is having that support network of a community that can, genuinely understand and uplift you and bring you up when you're down. Because a lot of the times, people get discouraged and they give up, and they could have. Found a solution if they had someone willing and able to assist them. Sometimes, life is hard, but having that support network can really change your mindset and help you, stop like focusing on, what's going wrong, and then help you, focus on what's going right. And I know we're all, supposed to always be positive, but I think that's unrealistic. And I think having a good supportive network that can truly help you motivate you and encourage you on some bad days. I think that
Yeah.
really makes a difference. And also professional connections and referrals, partnerships, and collaborations. For my networking business, I think I explained I just started in September, and I've already done a few different collaborations with other networking groups, and within those collaborations we've had I think sometimes over 50 attendees at our events. So we leverage both of our networks and also our expertise. And really, when you facilitate those partnerships, I think two minds are greater than one, especially if you have, three people collaborating. We all have different, strengths and solutions. But I think partnerships, you're going to find partnerships. I mean, in person, it's kind of hard to find like a partnership online. I guess you could do a Zoom meeting, but especially if
Yeah.
it's something like a larger partnership, like an event or something like that. But I
Yeah.
think that's really important, how to find those partnerships that will take you to the next level.
And you brought up something that, an interesting point, in terms of the technology now with regards to networking. How do you feel, or how do you feel about, things like, I don't know if you're familiar with a platform called Alignable. Um,
I've heard of that.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's it's an online networking type of, environment. And so I didn't know what you thought about, those types of environments that are online. They're not like physical face to face, of course, but what are your, if you have any on those types of platforms where you're still networking, but you're not face to face?
Absolutely. So I think now that it's 2025, it's crucial that we use social media platforms and online networking platforms as well as meeting face to face with our network because meeting face to face, like realistically, it's hard to do it like every month or to have a meeting with everyone in your network every month. That's just unrealistic. Even once a quarter or like twice a year would be good to just catch up with them. But and also, let's be real, like everyone's busy these days. No one wants to like have someone like always hounding them, like let's just grab coffee or something. It's hard, but by meeting with them face to face, but also, sending them like a text message and also, email, but also by being connected with them on, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. It's a non-obtrusive way to stay relevant and top of mind to your network. So you could post something of value to your network and just kind of remind them let them what you do instead of just like always texting them, but I think it's very important, and I think especially in today's society you need to leverage both online and in
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, is that we have to utilize both approaches. Because, bottom line is that we live in in the United States, of course, but there are people outside of our local area. And why not? If your business can benefit from people across the country, then why not, network with those individuals that are, not outside of your local area. And so, as I'm listening to you, like I said, like you said, you're 29 years old, you're out here thriving and you're striving. And you even have, like, I didn't know this until, actually a few minutes ago, that you've put together a nice little, I guess, an ebook talking about networking.
Yes.
Yeah, just so I didn't find out, and if I had known, I would have definitely gone out and made that purchase because I want to definitely make sure that, and I'll do that, make sure that I do support you. And so, but if you could, right quick, share with us a little bit about what that download or that ebook is about.
Sure, thank you, Todd. And I also would like to offer all listeners of Todd's podcast an exclusive discount for my website. So everything is 25% off, and I'll send Todd the code so he could post it in the description. But that's going to
Sure.
be from now until February 15th. So if anyone is interested in my ebook, or any of my other resources on my website, my planners, guides, templates, and journals, I want to thank you guys for coming out and listening to our podcast. But so for my book, I actually published two. The first one I wrote is How to Network Effectively for Those Afraid to Put Themselves Out There. And this is my story about networking. So I share my story of how I started out, being very, having like very, low self esteem, being depressed, very anxious and introverted, unsure like how to socialize properly, especially like in a social setting, much less a networking, professional setting.
Mhm.
But I really am a big believer of networking. I've met so many amazing people. I've gotten mentorships from extremely successful people, and these are free mentorships. I know there's some paid mentorships opportunities, but these are free mentorships I've found through networking, career opportunities, internships, jobs, and just learning a lot from very successful people. People will take the time out of their busy schedule to meet with you, especially if you are new. And I really, I have had, a lot of hard times in my life. And especially, when we're young, we're trying to like figure it all out. And just, I was touched by the kindness of some people I've met at networking. Like they literally took time, and, they didn't have to do that. They didn't make any money from helping me, but
Mhm.
I was just so impacted, and I want to, feel more fulfilled and more have a happier life myself. And I want to give back to people who might be in a new city and they don't know anyone, and they're just, because moving to a new city is hard enough, especially if you don't know anyone or don't have a network or don't even have a job. And I've done that 3 times. And also, someone who does have, more socially anxious personality and who is introverted. It's really hard. And I just want to give back to people. And my goal is to, make a positive impact on someone's life. I would love, to get like a testimonial saying like I changed someone's life better.
Awesome. Awesome.
My goal.
Awesome. So, and I'll go back, do you find that, like I said, 29 years old, and I think, like I said, I applaud what you're doing, you're stepping out there. Are you finding that when you go to, networking events, are you seeing your age? Um, are you networking with mainly people within your age or people that are, it doesn't matter or what have you? And another question too, are young people uh, inspired these days to become entrepreneurs, or are they settling for other ways of living and making money?
Sure. So for my networking group, our members range, and we have members who are 17 to members who are, in their 60s. I'd say on average, I'd say, 20s, 30s, 40s are kind of standard. Typical,
Mhm.
like that's kind of who we attract, but everyone regardless of your age is more than welcome to attend, and it's a very diverse mix, but yeah,
Yeah.
20s, 40s is kind of most of our folks.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. And
And then,
so, yeah,
oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say, what was the second
The
part?
second question is that, do you find that people that are in your age range, are you finding that they're more inspired to become entrepreneurs, or are they settling for other ways to, generate revenue? Is it, online methods, or are they, doing what you're doing?
Absolutely. I think a lot of people, especially the younger generations, are looking to become an entrepreneur, and some have already, started and become, a successful business owner. And my group, we have, members of all age ranges, and also all different stages of their business. We have some members who own multiple successful businesses, and those just getting started, to those who are just curious about entrepreneurship. So I think a lot of the younger folks are open minded to be an entrepreneur, or at least dabbling in entrepreneurship as a side hustle.
Mhm.
Like you mentioned, online, since we do have more experience, growing up in the digital world, a lot of people are interested in becoming content creators, doing online marketing. There's a lot of digital marketing firms, branding, website designers. So I think yeah, absolutely. People
Yeah.
know entrepreneurship is a really good opportunity for you to explore. And yeah, I think a lot of people are very curious about pursuing it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm really glad to hear that because we live in a world where we're always getting, negative news, for the most part. And so I'm always looking for some type of light in the darkness. And I think, when I hear young people hear about young people doing things that, like, building a business or doing what you're doing, creating, networking events and things like that for entrepreneurs. I think it's excellent. So
Yeah.
make sure you keep doing it. And so who are your mentors? Who are the people that, that you admire, that you read about, that you learn from? What keeps you motivated and going?
So I don't actually have a mentor now. I just hired a coach,
Okay.
a paid coach, but she's keeping me motivated that way. But back in Chicago, I had a lot of mentors in commercial real estate, because that was the industry I was in. But
Gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha.
them very inspiring. But I think I don't know. I guess like I don't really have someone like I really like.
Follow or read about or,
I think I'm more like attracted and inspired by people like I meet in person versus
Gotcha.
reading up about someone.
Yeah.
Just like when I can, meet someone face to face, I'm inspired by like a lot of the business owners I've met, here in Charlotte. But I wouldn't say like I don't have a mentor right now, but I would love to have one, a business
Gotcha.
mentor. And yeah, I mean, I just look to people who I meet in person and, I just get inspired by hearing their stories.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, as we come in for a landing, Dana, I just want to say thank you once again, for hanging out with us for a few minutes today on the show. What's it, what's what's the future for your business? Tell us a little bit about that. Where are we, 2 to 5 years in 2028, where are you going to be?
Sure, thank you. So for my business, Charlotte Networking Knowledge, it has two components. So the first one is our in-person networking group, which is tailored for entrepreneurs and business owners of all stages and sizes and ages in the Charlotte area. And we host weekly networking events. So I'm going to continue to grow that aspect of my business. Also, hopefully, have some partnerships with that. So as I, get more members, we can, make sure the events continue running smoothly and I, ensure I'm delivering that high quality experience. But yeah, I want to get, more members in our person group and possibly offer paid membership tiers and support and accountability groups and mastermind groups as well. And I hosted a goal setting workshop on January 3rd, and we, wrote down our goals. And I also, we kind of shared some action steps and like what support and resources we needed with the group. And it was like, it was really a mastermind. We all came together and discussed ways to improve and grow. So I'm, trying to take that and, build upon it, but I'm going to, keep delivering a wide range of, high value, unique events. And then my other component of my business is my digital resources component, which is where I specialize in helping entrepreneurs who are introverted, those, with social anxiety or, with imposter syndrome. I help them specifically. I focus on helping them overcome those networking fears and teach them how to build meaningful professional connections and help their business grow. And I am offering these tailored networking events for those new to networking, which is, for people who are new to networking, maybe, they have a business or, they're just getting started, but, and also those who may be more introverted. And these are going to be, more smaller, intimate gatherings. And also I'm going to host in-person networking events and virtual networking events for those newcomers. And also I'm hosting ticketed workshops and seminars, and these are both in person and virtual. I also hope to publish more books as well as focusing on modern, effective networking strategies for 2025 because, yeah, like the game has changed and, it's like we're all, busy and distracted these days, but also in my book, how to network effectively for those afraid to put themselves out there. I share my story. I offer empathy for those, who are like really struggling to network, but they're really wanting to grow their business and, get out there. But I also share proven strategies and actionable advice on how to manage and reduce anxiety before and during a networking event, and also how to build confidence to put yourself out there in a networking event, and how to build emotional resilience to handle, networking setbacks. And
Gotcha.
currently working on a program for to help people who are, new to networking and help them with, building confidence as well as effective networking strategies to actually, build and maintain relationships.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I look forward to hearing, more about, more from you, Dana. And I have enjoyed watching your growth, over the past, short time that we have of known each other. And I'm proud and honored to be a part of your networking group on
Oh,
Facebook. And even though I'm in Greensboro, about an hour and a half away or so, I look forward to meeting you face to face at a networking event that you're hosting whenever you do one in the near future. So I'm looking forward to definitely shaking your hand and doing a face to face for sure.
absolutely. And I'd love to shake your hand as well. I've never been to Greensboro, but I want to go.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on up. We're always open to for business opportunity and business meetings and things like that. So, but anyway, once again, thank you so much, Dana, for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. Love what you're doing. Keep rocking it and just keep grinding it out daily. And let's make this world a better place, okay?
Thank you so much, Todd. And thank you again for having me on your show. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So everybody, listen, check this young lady out and just watch her do her thing. And and if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, go and download some of her resources. That's what I'm going to do today, and support her because young people like herself, they need the support, and I'm out here to make sure that they do get that support. Alrighty, so definitely make sure that you go to her website and follow her. I won't even say her last name again. I'm not even going to attempt to say it. I'm just yes, you didn't show your kitty. I want to let's see your fur baby. Is she around?
She is, and she'll come around.
Yeah. So, like I said, everyone, as she's getting a cat, check us out, everybody. We have episodes coming up throughout the new year. I cannot wait to bring you the next guest. We're going to be talking, of course, health and wellness, my favorite passion, and so we're going to be talking about that. And we will catch you next time on Living Your Best Life. Alrighty, y'all take care and have a productive and healthy week. Y'all be good. Peace.